what's up guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here on behalf of Lucky Tackle Box, breaking down bait scent for you today with some liquid mayhem. Now, all too often in this industry, I hear guys saying, oh, I don't use bait scent and I don't know when to use it or when to apply it. And then you have other guys who are all about it. And I think you have the bait scent guys and the non-bait scent guys, and no one trying to really make sense out of it in the middle somewhere. So let me explain a few things that I like to do in regards to when I put bait scent on a product, how I go about selecting a bait scent, and what I'm looking for in regards to that particular bait scent for placing it on my pricier lures. So a lot of the lures that I like to put bait scent on are slower moving lures or dead action lures. And when I say dead action, like a worm or something you pitch out there and it's falling and they just grab it on the dead fall. It's moving extremely slow. They move up to it, examine it a lot of the time before they eat it, just like a jig. This is a perfect product to add bait scent to. The jig works really good. Little tiny ball head jigs work really good. And there's an exception to that. Lures that draw fish in, lures that tend to have fish tracking them. Jerk baits, swim baits, fish track them often, and you pause them, and a lot of the time on that pause, or they've been following it for quite a while, bait scent can play a huge effect in that game. Big swim baits, 9 times out of 10, I'm putting a little bit of bait scent on them, and it's not only for them smelling it and tracking it, and yeah, that could make the difference at 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 fish that tracked it to eat it. But if that can make the difference of $20,000-$30,000 depending on the level of the tournament you're fishing, or if not, you're getting one over on your buddies doing it either way. But adding that scent can help them execute. A lot of the time by adding bait scent for something like a jig here, this is what I'm fishing today, just having that extra bait scent on there. If they pick it up and they knock slack into your line and you don't detect it, or if you drag it off a rock and it falls, a lot of the time they're gonna hang on those few extra seconds, even a minute or two, and let you know they have it. Or they're gonna put it down in their chokers a little bit deeper instead of holding on the front of their mouth. It's gonna give them that confidence that this is a real bait, I'm gonna hold on to this longer, and I'm really gonna chomp it down. So that's usually when I use bait scent. Now, usually when I'm choosing a bait scent, I like it to be more of like a jelly type of texture. And the reason for this is if I have a hard bait and it's liquid, it's gonna come off in just a few casts, maybe if not the first cast. Now, what Liquid Mayhem has decided to say here is it's good for 30 casts, and they're right. Yep, it's probably good for more than 30 casts. 30 casts, 30 minutes, however you wanna do it. If you're making a patient cast, it's probably gonna stay on there. The reason for that gel on there is I can now kind of just rub it in to my bait, even in there. It's nice, a nice little red texture here. And this is the garlic crawfish. I want to say something about this. Yes, this is a swim bait right here. I would choose more of a bait fish or a trout scent to match up the particular bait I'm using. I'm using this on my crawfish imitations today, my jigs, my ball head with a little miniature crawfish on there. And I do have that crawdad scent. So I am, in theory, matching the correct scent because Liquid Mayhem uses real bait. These aren't artificial flavors. This is made out of crawfish right here. And it has UV enhance. In case you don't know what that means, UV enhancement means it's a lot easier for the fish to see it with ultraviolet reflection. The sun puts off UVA radiation, which reflects off of UV enhanced products. So it makes your bait a lot easier to see. It can add flash to a dull target and it'll get those fish's attention from a little bit farther away. But that being said, for a trout bait right here, I would strictly use probably more of a trout or a bait fish type of scent instead of crawfish, but this is what I'm using in this bait, for example. As you can see, just by rubbing it on here, it's holding in there just fine. It's not gonna run off. I will dip my expensive bait, hopefully not let it fall, and you look right back at it right there, it looks identical. So when they're tracking that, they're gonna smell it. When they grab it, they're gonna taste that it's real, and they're gonna choke it down a little bit deeper, and you're gonna land more fish. And if you guys are still skeptical about using bait scent, Liquid Mayhem offers you a full money back guarantee. That's including shipping back to them. If you like this video and all the rest of our videos here at Lucky Tackle Box, make sure to check out our other videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We absolutely appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. A lot of the time, a multi-segmented swim bait can get the job done. You don't need to deflect it off of anything to draw fish. It looks natural. It's coming through the middle of the water column. It looks like what they eat.